So this question comes from one of our in-person clients, Doug. Alyssa and I love Doug. He trains with me in person, and we've actually done a podcast interview with him. So definitely check out Doug's interview. It's in one of our it's in our inspirational interview series. So he actually asked two questions. So we'll separate this into two separate questions. So, we typically have a programmed training routine that is designed to guide us in achieving our goals. On occasion, we are not able to keep to our routine. There might be many reasons, but most likely it's due to travel where we are not able to access a gym. What is your recommendation for how we can choose accessory exercises when we interrupt our programmed training routine that will best serve to keep us on track towards our goals? Alyssa, why are you smiling? Like, because he's so cute, right? I know.
I
You just
know.
love him so much.
I do. Do you want me to get started with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Doug,
Because I know he's asking you. He asks me questions all the time. So he definitely submitted to ask these questions for you.
well, I have answers for you, Doug. There are a lot of options, Doug, and it really depends on what you have available. So, if you're traveling and have a hotel gym where you are, so I'm assuming that we're talking about traveling, no access to barbells, or maybe less frequent access to barbells. So, it's totally okay to be on vacation and maybe not get to the gym as many times as you would in a normal week. It's vacation, like,
Chill. It's cool.
relax. But if you don't have access to barbells, what can you do? So, usually we want to start with the thing that's closest to the exercise or the lift that you would be doing. So if you have access to a hotel gym and there's dumbbells and cables and all of this other stuff, but not a freestanding barbell, you might see that there is a Smith machine, which is a bar on a rack. We're not gonna.
Oh
That's
my
not.
gosh, you scared me
That's.
for a second. I was like, no, don't
We're not going
recommend
to
that.
go in that direction. So, well, I'm saying it because I think that oftentimes some people will see a barbell and they think that that is the best option. That's actually not the best option. So, if you do see a Smith machine or a bar that's on a fixed rack, we're not going to use that. If there are barbells there, that's great. Like free barbells, regular barbells, they're not always in a hotel gym. So, in that case, you can do things like a goblet squat with a dumbbell. You can do a dumbbell bench press, you can do a dumbbell overhead press, you can do dumbbell RDLs. You can really take the lifts that you're normally doing and do a version of those with the dumbbells. They're going to be lighter, they're going to be easier. You can
So how would
increase the
you?
reps.
Yeah, so that was my
You can
question.
increase the sets. So if you're away for 2 weeks and you start by doing, 8 reps, then the next session you could do 10 reps, and then the next session you could add a set, bring the reps back down, or add a set depending on how hard it is.
Well, so how
But
hard? So okay, no, this is a question I wanted to
well,
ask because so let's say the person has like a program, and they're kind of in the middle of their linear progression, or they're on a VLI or HLM, Texas Mother, whatever, and it's a 5x5 or a 3x5, and they have lighter dumbbells. How and they've chosen to do a goblet squat or like hold two dumbbells at their shoulders. How would they determine the reps and intensity to kind of supplement their the intention of the program for that day?
so we could use RPE now, but with these lighter dumbbells that feel really easy, we could run into a situation where maybe you feel you need to do 30 reps to get to an
Right.
RPE 7 to 8.
Right.
The problem with dumbbells is that once they're heavier, they become more of a problem to hold than to actually perform the exercise with. So i- it can be hard to find a weight that is hard enough to place that stimulus on your body. But if you don't even have access to those weights, now all of a sudden you have light weights. It's super easy. You feel like you could just go on forever. Don't
Mhm.
don't do that. You're not used to doing a lot of reps usually, especially
Yeah.
if you're if
Yeah.
if we're programming for you, you're not doing sets of like 12,
10, 10,
10,
12,
12.
15.
So that's when we kind of want to cut it off.
Yeah.
And I would say, especially if it's your first day doing a dumbbell goblet squat, I wouldn't go past 10 or 12 because you're still going to be sore.
Mhm.
That's probably going to make you sore compared to what you usually do because it's
Mhm.
higher reps. And then, the next session you could add another set, or you could superset it with another exercise to make things more challenging. But if we're aiming for an RPE 7 or 8 and you're feeling like you're never going to get there without
Mhm.
doing 100 reps of this dumbbell
Mhm.
exercise, don't do all those reps. Just keep it
Yeah.
within reason, really.
Yeah, you can what one thing that you can do is maybe you do 10 reps and you take a 30-second or 45-second rest and then do another 10 reps and then take a 30-45-second rest, do another 10 reps and then another rest, and just keep the rest really short, because that will increase by the time you get to like the last set, that'll be a little bit more challenging than it was. But it'll also give your muscles a little bit more time to recover between reps, sets of 10. Ooh, sets of 10.
Whoa.
I know, I've
You
never done
can
that
also
before.
make them more of a tempo
Mhm.
exercise so that you're doing
Mhm.
them slowly, you're increasing your time under tension for the movement. So even
Yeah,
though you're
pause.
doing, yeah, pause, even though you're doing 10 reps, well, now you're doing them slower and you're actually doing more work that way.
And
That's going to
just
be,
expect to be sore.
yeah. And if you have like access to cables, you can do a lat pull down, similar stuff. If you have pull ups or assisted chin ups
Mhm.
or and in your program, lat pull down if there's nothing to do those with. So just kind of rows, cable row or dumbbell
Mhm.
row. So keeping things as close to what you would do normally as possible is ideal. And again, the Smith machine is not, if there is no barbell and you just see a Smith machine, that is not your best option. In fact, I
Mhm.
would say just we're not ever going to use that
Never.
um,
Only
because of
for
how the bar is
inverted
fixed.
rows and incline
Yeah, if you
push-ups.
can, it's okay as long as you're using it and it doesn't involve moving the bar.
Right.
You could place it up high and do some chin ups on it
Yeah,
or pull
yeah.
ups. um, and then the other thing is that if you're somewhere where you don't have access to a hotel gym or anything,
It's
you can,
okay.
yeah, you can do no equipment workouts. So maybe you have maybe you're in an Airbnb and there's a weighted object that you can hold, or you brought a backpack that you can put some clothes in or some things that are weighted within reason into the backpack, and wear that and do squat. But I was going to say
Yeah,
body
we
weight
have
squats,
a
backpack squats.
we
We have
have
a
a
home
no yeah, we
exercise.
have a home no equipment um home program. It's free. So we'll put that link in the show notes for this episode. We created that during the pandemic, and it's one of our most downloaded program free programs. So it's definitely worthwhile to keep in your back pocket if you're traveling. But here's the other thing is that sometimes it's okay to take a week off. If you're super consistent and you're going away and you want to enjoy the time and you don't want to worry about modifying your workouts or finding a gym or taking time away from your traveling and your touring or whatnot, it's okay. A week off isn't going to kill you. 10 days off isn't going to kill you. It's not going to steal all your gains. It's just a week off, and we come back and we pick back up and we take it from there. But the other thing, just to kind of piggyback on the hotel gym or just like lack of barbell equipment situation, is that sometimes it's not just like we supplement the squat with a dumbbell squat. We might need like 2 or 3 exercises to supplement the squat with because it is so light. We can do like a squat and a lunge or squats and jump squats or something like that,
Split
just to
squat,
split squats. Yeah.
step up, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
whatever it is. And same thing for like the bench press. We can do incline dumbbell, flat dumbbell. We could do push-ups. Um, and we actually have a whole article on I think it's like 56 alternatives to the barbell lifts. So for each category. So I'll also link that in the show notes to this episode as well. So you can pick 3 exercises to supplement each of the main barbell lifts, 2 or 3 exercises to supplement those, just depending on how you're feeling and what you have access to. So um, again, 1 week off is not going to destroy your progress, steal your gains, or prevent you from making progress in the future. If you don't have access and it's causing you stress, enjoy your vacation, enjoy your travels, get sleep, rest up, come back, and be ready to work.